Upon arrival into South Africa, I was actually impressed by the airport, the physical outlook of the airport, okay? When the plane lands in South Africa, Johannesburg, the airport there is the second largest airport in all of Africa.
South Africa, this country is incredible. It truly, truly is incredible. I still get taken aback by it. Cape Town is, from a nature point of view or natural point of view, the most beautiful place in the world that I have been to.
South Africa is the best country I have ever been to, according to this foreigner. As it stands now, no one can compete with South Africa. Foreigners are giving their first impression of what they think about our beloved country, South Africa. Let's take a look at the video, and please do not forget to like the video and comment your thoughts below.
So for the past 4 months, I have been traveling for work primarily, and I've decided to go to one of my favorite countries, which is South Africa. And to be honest with you, I had a different impression, and so I'm going to talk to you guys about my impression about South Africa. But before I go forward, I just want to tell you where this all started. So the first time I saw the movie Sarafina, I was like, oh man, the history is so, and so rooted in so many other things that, of course, I won't talk about on this channel. But the movie itself was very fascinating, and I thought to myself, I would like to see this place. I would like to go and be physically present and understand the history behind this movie, right? That was like the first time I really got to tell myself I would like to go see South Africa. Although, I know where South Africa is, right? The country, I know where it is. But like after seeing this movie, I realized I wanted to see it. And then came, the World Cup. The very first World Cup on the continent of Africa actually took place in South Africa. And as a soccer fan, football fan, I was like, man, I want to go. But of course, I was in school at the time and I couldn't go. And then I watched the movie Happy Feet. Penguins. Who doesn't like penguins? I saw Happy Feet and I was like, oh my God, where can I go see penguins? And I realized when you go to South Africa, you can go to Cape Town and see penguins. So I was like, okay, this country definitely is on my bucket list. I have to one day go see South Africa. So long story short, I packed my bag for business. Okay. So I decided to go to South Africa, specifically Johannesburg. Okay. That is exactly where I went. So let's start. So upon arrival into South Africa, I was actually impressed by the airport, the physical outlook of the airport, okay? When the plane lands in South Africa, Johannesburg, because the airport is so large. South Africa, Johannesburg, the airport there is the second largest airport in all of Africa behind Egypt, okay? And it's actually really busy. So when the plane landed, we took a while to actually get to our gate, and it's because the airport is very big, okay? So that was the first observation that I had. The next thing was we went in and I realized these people actually follow policies, they follow laws, they follow rules. And so if the line is right here, you have to stand there, okay? If you have to present X amount of document, there's no conversation about this and that. And the other thing that really impressed me, and I was really fascinated, nobody asking for money. And I'm talking about immigration officers. Don't get me started. There are so many other countries where when you go, people are going to ask you, hey, do you have a dollar? Hey, do you have Ghana cedis? Hey, do you have this currency? Hey, do you have that? No, in South Africa, you get in line, you go to immigration. Nobody's asking you for a tip. Nobody's asking you for some money. So I was actually really, really impressed. Pause. As we exited the airport to go to our vehicle, I don't know if I was impressed, but I was just more so shocked, right? The drivers, they actually drive on the right-hand side, okay? Versus in the US where I live and also West African countries where I visited, we drive on the left, okay? And then in South Africa, they drive on the right. So I was like really confused, like where we're going and all of that. So it's really, really, really interesting. The other aspect of what I was actually very fascinated about is when we were driving from the airport to the location of our accommodation, pretty much the place was really clean. Okay. From the airport all the way to where we stay, Rosebank, clean streets, like multiple lanes. I know these are very like small things, and you probably like, why are you from the US? You guys have that. Well, actually, I've actually been to a lot of countries in Africa, and so I was really fascinated to see this kind of stuff because it allows free movement, and of course, the country's airport and where you're coming from the airport to your destination is the point of entry that makes your country sell out. And so seeing this place in South Africa and how organized everything were there from the airport to Rosebank, I'm very fascinated and I was so impressed by the country. So get to the hotel and realize that again, procedures must be followed everywhere from the gate guy to the person who cleans the pool to the person who cleans the house. Like everything was just extremely organized. And as little as this sound, I was really impressed by the Uber drivers. As little as this sounds, I was really impressed by the Uber drivers. So because when you're in a different country, you obviously need to take an Uber or any other form of transportation. Is going to be different. You're not really driving, only if you decide to get a rental car. But in this case, I took an Uber. So an Uber when I was heading certain places. Of course, there was private vehicle for certain places. So I was like, man, it's this easy movement. I just want to go and do my thing. Uber was really fast. And these people Uber there are very clean. They don't ask you like some other places I know where are you going. Okay. So I was really impressed by that in South Africa.
Been in South Africa a month now, and seeing as I left 20 years ago, and I haven't really been back. Now, my first thoughts on South Africa, this country is incredible. It truly is incredible. There's been so much forward movement in the last 20 years in this country that it's absolutely, I still get taken aback by it. There's been so much social progress that, it actually makes me feel very, very proud to be a South African. Cape Town, I don't know how I never noticed these things when I lived here. Maybe it's because I was younger, maybe because I was so used to it. It all had been there all my life. But Cape Town is, from a nature point of view or natural point of view, the most beautiful place in the world that I have been to. I travel quite a lot, did sort of 10 or 11 countries last year. I was in 12 countries the year before, and there's nothing like it. When you go to, when people ask me, what would you say is your most beautiful city? I'd always would have said something like Budapest, because Budapest is incredible architecture, or Rome because of, super history, everything like that. But all of those cities are beautiful because of what people did, what people created. Now, I'm not a religious person, so I say this in a context that a lot of people who know me would laugh at. Cape Town is beautiful because God made it like that. It's just absolutely breathtaking. Everywhere you go, there is no other metropolitan area that I know of in my mind and that I've traveled to, in the world that comes close. It is the most beautiful city in the world, or the most beautiful metropolis in the world, because it's 5 million people almost. Look where I am today. This isn't Cape Town. This is obviously Knysna, but South Africa's stunning. There is no other place like it. This is just incredible. And, it's got its problems, and people talk about the problems, and, living abroad, you hear about all these problems and everything. But since I've been here, the feeling is overwhelmingly positive. There is so much opportunity here. It's It's breathtaking how much opportunity there
It's
is.
indeed a breathtaking. South Africa is a very beautiful country. Even though you have never been there before, even the videos you see on social media, take your time and watch amazing videos of foreigners sharing their impression about the country. You'll be mind-blowing. This country is indeed beautiful, and they have shared amazing experience and the impression they had about the country. At this point, I am sorry to say, it's going to be difficult for any country to overtake South Africa. All Africa countries are amazing. Trust me, we have 54 countries in Africa, and they are all beautiful and amazing and wonderful. But at the same time, South Africa is indeed is topping the list. But I would also love to see your opinion on the comment section of what you also think of the video. And please, if this is the first time you are coming across my channel, my name is Africa. On this channel, we are here to discuss everything about Africa. Please do not forget to like and also subscribe to join this amazing family. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back to the channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now and stay blessed.